Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel for the 10th Alliance War of Season 26, where today we are up against 4 Loki. Don't think these guys need any introduction, really strong War Alliance. Been a bit inconsistent this season, seems to be playing sort of to the two extremes, either really low or really high. So we're sort of hoping that they have a bad war today and that we can perform well. So this Korg here, Doom, is not a bad option for the fight at all. He has Vigorous Assault and Arc Overload. I think the main sort of purpose of this placement is that when the regen unblockable is active, if you dex too much, he's going to trigger his own unblockable, unstoppable, you get in the corner and get hit. But yeah, Doom, he doesn't really care about any of this stuff. I can evade Korg Special 1 probably 999 times out of 1,000, and if I do get clipped by it, it's no threat at all in this matchup. Going to nullify the buffs there, not really needed, but yes, just a really basic fight. Still at 100% health. Go for a Special 2 here, get it in just in time before the rock stacks come back so we can't shrug any incinerates off. And that will nearly finish him off. Bait out one more Special 1. Regen does actually trigger and stop that combo from killing him, but yeah, just need to parry and another combo will do it. So moving on to the second fight of the war, this is Ebony Moore on the Masochism node. Not entirely sure why he's here, to be honest, but again, it's not really a difficult node either, so mostly just a diversity placement. Going to be using Dr. Doom here. It's quite a simple fight for him. We can easily weave in the heavy attacks to break his focus to prevent the Forter from getting on us. Do just need to sort of keep an eye on Masochism, whether it's eating shocks or parries or anything like that. So here it's eating the shock a couple of times, so we do actually get the Forter on us. It's going to eat the shock again. So we haven't actually done much damage at all at this stage. But yeah, we break his focus, go into a Special 3 here. We are at 38 and the Forter comes at 40, but because his focus is broken, it is actually not going to trigger for quite some time. Special 3 actually does re-break his focus, but in this fight I actually didn't remember that at all. Go for a Doom combo there. Now here I opt not to go for the Special 2 because he was about to refocus. Go for another Special 3 again. And this plus a few hits should finish him off. So yeah, Special 3 does 27% damage. Yeah, Moore is down. Really basic fight. So now moving into Section 2 fights. I believe this is actually at the same time as the Moore fight. Going to be using Doom against Doom on node 25. Really don't understand this placement at all. If you're going for kinetic transference with Doom, node 47 is significantly better, I would say. Go for Power Start 1 boost just because I've got so many of them. Rarely actually need them. Running 5 out of 5 Mystic Dispersion, so when Footloose is getting nullified, it is giving us a lot of power. Go for a Special 3 here. Doom obviously not Protect Defender, so don't need to worry about triggering it. Not that you ever would be able to, even if he was with his crit resistant armour. So yeah, I go for a bit of a Doom combo here. Annoyingly, the defending Doom does use his Special 1. So we're not really going to be able to get to our Special 3 and get the second Fury active, which I think is what I was planning on. But yeah, I do get to it here, and even though we're not going to get 2 Furies stacked up, it's still not going to be too long of a fight. Get him up to 3 bars again, another special 1. And I'm going to go for a special 2 this time, hoping that the Incinerator will just kill him. Taking for 1400 each, so he's taking 8400 damage every single second, nearly enough to take him out. Not sure why I'm going for 4 lights instead of a combo, but yeah, he goes down. So now moving into section 2, this is actually the next day. And we've got a Mr. Fantastic first, so going to be using Nick Fury here. He is easily the best option for this fight. Now, I haven't used Nick Fury in War in a very, very long time, but he's not an overly complicated champion that needs to be practiced a lot. So I wasn't entirely sure on the strategy going into this fight. Could either opt for wait out the debuffs, which is what I do go for. Could also just go for sort of special 1s, try to cancel out his evade. Just keep spamming them. And they will also purify the debuffs, could potentially heavy attack to purify the debuffs as well. But yeah, I opt to just wait them out and try to push into special 2s where possible. So I actually don't have 5 points in deep wounds here. Not entirely sure why. Probably should have put them into it, but yeah, this fight is extremely, extremely simple. I have my special 3 available in emergency, but it's not really going to be necessary. Bit of a longer fight again, because no deep wounds, and obviously don't want to get pushed into second life. Nick Fury is going to be taking 1 mini-boss later on this war, so obviously want him as healthy as possible for that. But yeah, Mr. Fantastic goes down, nice clean fight. So next fight up in section 2 is a rank 3 Hulkbuster. This is not bad placement. Hulkbuster, shocks and armor breaks will count towards the buff and balance, or whatever it's called, steady build up unblockable. But yeah, Doom, he's immune to both of those, so never going to have to worry about unblockable. Concerns in this fight is that Hulkbuster's armor ups do actually reduce my offensive ability accuracy, so I can't rely on my shocks applying, my nullifies and my power drains working. So also because he's protect and combined with that, I opt to just spam special 1s in this fight. It's going to extend it a bit, but you can see right now 30 seconds in, he's pretty much a quarter of the way down, so there's no timeout risk at all. Going to go for a special 2 every so often, get the Incinerate up. Fortunately, he did have an armor up, and Hulkbuster's armor up, I believe, increases his energy resist. So those Incinerates only tip for 500 rather than sort of 700-800 that they normally would be. Yeah, this fight is not far off being over now. It's down to about a quarter left. Nullify his armor up buff again there. Probably should have just gone up to a special 2 there and tried to finish it with that. But yeah, I'm just going to keep nullifying the armor ups. Probably not going to make it to another special 2. So yeah, nearly a 2-minute fight, but very basic. So now we're moving on to the boss island, where I have 2 fights. So I have a Rage Hyperion going to be using Black Widow Clairvoyant for this. She is, in my opinion, the best option for this matchup. So what you want to do is just go into Poison Phase, cycle special 2s. If he triggers Protect, go for some stand-up intercepts or light intercepts, depending on sort of what his AI is doing, what you're more comfortable with. You don't really need to worry about what boosts you have active for this matchup. Last hit of the special 2 will pretty much always trigger Protect anyway, if it crits. And your mediums will always trigger Rage, and lights pretty much never will unless you're running sort of max boosts and suicides. So here he's not really playing into intercepts that well. We do finally get that stack of protect off there. But it does cause buff immunity to fall off, so he does build up his power a bit, but we're able to change special 2s even better when he's on higher power. Trigger protect there, so we are going to have to intercept to get that off. So obviously need him to be below 1 bar of power so we can do that safely. Get a nice light intercept there. So again, buff immunity did fall off briefly, but we get up to a special 2 before he has an opportunity to fire off his special 3. And the fight goes down. Pretty clean match up against that Hyperion. And now moving on to our final fight of the war. This is a yellow jacket on the Hurt Locker and Power Focus 1 mini boss, going to be using Nick Fury. Think this mini boss mostly is just a throwaway node. Yellow jacket, can see why he's here, because if you miss a special 1 evade, you can get power stings on you. Because he's awakened, you sort of have to choose between power sting damage or stuns. But yeah, I'm very comfortable evading his special 1. So in this fight, I do opt to bait it frequently rather than sort of try to push him to special 2s. And that's because when you're baiting Yellow Jacket's special 1, you want as much distance as possible. So you don't want to be ending your combos. But obviously with Nick Fury, you do want to be ending your combos with a light attack. So mainly what I'm going to go for is bait out his special 1, get him on really low power, go for a light ending combo, which will leave him just below a bar. So again, this is a pretty long fight. It's going to be over 2 minutes, I think. I do opt to not throw specials. Not entirely sure why. Probably could have just been throwing them quite a bit. But again, it's just really basic overall. Being Nick Fury in our first life, there is very, very little risk here. Even if I do get clipped by a special 1, I'd have the health to tank a couple of power stings, and then also obviously have the second life to fall back on. I don't ever recommend intentionally going into Nick Fury's second life in war, unless it's absolutely necessary to avoid a timeout. Yes, Yellow Jacket is about 3/4 of the way down. It's going cleanly. Into Assassin's range now. So his core charge is still not at 100, so didn't have to worry about that. But yeah, we did actually end up losing this war. So congratulations to 4Loki, 5 deaths. Great performance for you guys. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next war video.